Salut Denzel. Once again, we're happy to meet you, and of course, it's our midweek lesson for obviously the last midweek lesson for the month of February, because on Sunday it's going to be our first lesson in the new month, and that's obviously the month of March, where we shall remember, have a quiz to wrap up all what we've learned so far in the last 3 months. Meanwhile, on Sunday's lesson, we are obviously going to continue from where we left on, and you can remember very well, the last lesson was all about reviewing the alphabets and, most importantly, practicing the pronunciations and the spelling of those words associated to each of those letters exactly as we saw them. So, this is just a reminder of some of the words again. We saw words like le zèbre, we saw le yaou, we saw le xylophone, we saw le quai, we saw la poire, and so many others. So having done that lesson, we are now going to move on straight to what we call LOTTO de l'Alphabet, and which is exactly what we have here. What does LOTTO de l'Alphabet means? It simply means the alphabet lottery. And this is going to be a simple game, very interesting, and of course, needing you to apply all what you've learned so far on the sounds of these alphabets. So the exercise is going to be a simple one. This is what will happen. I'll be pronouncing letters, and you will be writing them one after the other. And in the end of it, we are going to see the word which is spelled from copying out those letters and, of course, combining them as one. So that's why you see the empty boxes here. But this is actually where we are going to start from, l'alphabet, as you can see. So you can see each word right here is in a box. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'll read the letters individually. And if there are 5 of them, I'll read out each letter once at a time, and then in the end, when you come out with the word, like what we have right here, you're going to read out the word in French, in full, and obviously we're going to find out what it means in English. So, let me show you just how we're going to do it. So when we start, I'm going to say, commençons, which will mean, let's start. And I'll start with the first letter saying, G, A, R, C, O, N. Good. So, when I say G, you obviously write G. When I say A, you write A. When I say R, you write R. When I say C, you write C. O, you write O, and of course N, you write N. Remember, next to each other, as you can see them right here. And in the end, we shall now try to read out the word. And again, how do you read this word? Can you guess? That first word, word number 1. Well done. The word is pronounced garçon, garçon. Again, garçon. Good. And garçon is what you call in English a boy. So how do you call a boy in English? In French, sorry? Garçon. Good. And you can see the spelling. So once you're able to get all of this right, that would mean one thing, that you already can spell the word garçon, which would be amazing. Alright. So afterwards, we'll move on to the next word, and I'll do exactly the same thing like I did with the first. I'll pronounce letters one after the other. So I'll say something like M, A, E, S, O, and N. And once you're done spelling out the word, you realize it will give us exactly what we have in the second word here. And how do we read it? Can you try? Maison. Very good. Again, maison. Perfect. Remember, we saw that the AI makes the air sound. So when you combine it with letter M, which is first, it will give the me for the first sound. And then the S-O-N will obviously be pronounced zong. Remember, when S is always as a single letter in the middle of a word, it is pronounced Z. When it's a double letter, that's when it is pronounced as normal S. So this word again is pronounced maison. Good. So we'll move on as well to the third, and we'll do exactly the same thing. So I do it again. F, R A I S E. Good. And if you get all these letters correct, you obviously realize that you obtain this word which you have here for number 3. And how do you read the word? Fraise. Perfect. Fraise is the word. Remember, the last E is always silent. So we have the word fraise. Great. And what is fraise in English? Fraise is how we call strawberry in English. So if we ask you what is strawberry in French, what would you say? Fraise. Perfect. And now let's look at the last one for today, because like we said, on Sunday's lesson is going to be very, very interesting. For this midweek video, it's going to be a short one because we are going to actually do the live lesson in the course of Sunday's class. So let's do word number 4. V I S A G and E. Brilliant. And if you get all the letters right, you realize the word you obtain is visage. That's word number 4. Again, repeat after me. Visage, visage, visage. And what is visage in English? Visage is how you call the face in English. The face, your entire face is visage. So, in order for you to better prepare for this lesson, I would actually request that you watch some of the videos you send. Some more, of course, are available on YouTube. Your mom can share with you. You practice the sounds again of the alphabets exactly as we did. You also remember that some alphabet sounds are pronounced differently when they are in actual words, just as we saw with the examples of the words on the letters of the alphabet which we learned in the previous page. So that is what you need to do in order to better prepare yourself for our upcoming lesson on Sunday. So that'll be it for today. It's time for us to say au revoir et rendez-vous dimanche. See you on Sunday for the live session. À bientôt. Bye bye.